Hello, mindful friends. Today we're going to be talking about the generosity of offering our true gifts to the world. And when we think of generosity, we often think about monetarily offering or materially or in services, whereas this kind of true gift offering is more centered in who you are being out in the world and the presence that you are kind of showing up with in everything that you do and say and every interaction. So when we kind of think about generosity in monetary or material or kind of tangible, there's almost always this thought of, if I give it away, it diminishes my supply of it. And then there might be kind of an expectation of, if I give this, I'm expecting something to return to me in a different form, whether it be in services, whether it be monetarily, whether it be that eventually I get recognition or my status increases, whatever it is that kind of feeds something in us for giving that away. And when we think about generosity of our true gifts, or this kind of heart-centered essence of who we are, there's no diminishing of that supply within us when we share it forth. So this kind of generosity is more about, can I offer what I'm cultivating within me back to the world? Can I share these energies that I'm building? And when we talk about these heart-centered energies, it's, the ones that I always mention, which is love, compassion, peace, acceptance, gratitude. And then on top of that, you think about, for yourself, what's those individual kind of values of the heart for you? Many people who are artists or creative or writers or even in any field of work have these kinds of passions that are fed by a deeper energy. And it kind of manifests maybe in what we're doing or what we're creating tangibly, but really what's being shared is this kind of enlightened energy that you're creating within yourself. So it can show up as a service, it can show up as a painting, but the energy behind it and the true gift there is that kind of heart-centered essence that you're cultivating, not just when you're creating that thing or doing that act, but at every moment of your life. So when you're focused on cultivating those energies and that what you're sharing out is this force within you that's based on that love, that deeper essence of your being, when we give back, there's not an expectation of what will return. You're sharing it because that is your essence. That's your kind of presence here in life. And we think about that of like a bodhisattva is a being who enlightened being returns here to end the suffering of other people. So however they manifest that, it can appear very differently. It can be very different work. But everything in their life goes to cultivating this healing energy. And so anything, conflict that they go through, an illness or whatever, it's always looked at, how can I use this to grow wisdom, to deepen understanding, to deepen compassion? And all of that's going to feed that heart energy within them. And then that generosity is truly living it and saying, okay, everything that I manifest, all the ways that I show up in this life are to share this out with the world. And when we share in this way and we're generous in this way, it never depletes us. So there's not a feeling of I've been giving a lot more than I've been receiving, or I'm offering more than people are valuing it, or of what they're giving me in return. Because it's not about that in that cultivation, the more you're in it and the more you're just developing everything that you create in life from it, that is what helps it grow more within you. So there's no diminishing of it. Every act that you do in life that's based out of those energies, the compassion, the love, the generosity, it grows it more within you and fuels your own heart's essence. So I think about this as like, that's the heart shining through. That is your shine and glow out in the world. And there are many things that may keep us from wanting to shine, let our heart shine, offer these things. So you can look within yourself, and maybe, it can be anything that like makes us stop trusting the heart, makes us stop wanting to engage, makes us stop wanting to share it. And that can be fear. So something happened and you're afraid of shining your true light forward. You're afraid of the vulnerability that it brings to you. It could be disappointment. Like you've been hurt in the past, or it hasn't been received well in the past, or whatever, it's been interpreted poorly, and you've been disappointed in how it shows up, and then that closes you off and kind of softens the generosity. It can be sadness. We've experienced a tragedy in life, and now we're sad, and we want to stop that shine because we don't feel it anymore, so we don't want to shine it forth. But whenever we're noticing this and it's keeping us from being generous with these energies of the heart, and we're thinking, nope, I can't share them forth, that's it, it's going to weaken me, I can't do it. When we're feeling that, we notice, what does it do to us? And if you're holding back your shine, I guarantee all it's doing is darkening your own presence here. It's darkening your own spirit. It's keeping you small and cold, and it hurts you, right? And we've all felt this. I've felt it, where I close off and I say, no more. I can't shine. I'm not sharing this out. I can't even do it for myself. And we shut down, and then nothing can be fueled. It's like putting a fire into a closed container. There's no oxygen, there's no air, there's no fuel, and it dies. So we notice this in ourselves, and when we shut down that generosity, we stop shining it forth, it starts dying within us, and it really only hurts our own heart. So when we get into those and we start noticing, okay, there are reasons that I struggle with shining, we look at the reality of it and we say, well, if I want to feel this, if I want to cultivate that compassion and that generosity, I have to shine, right? You have to open the heart. You have to let it be oxygenated. You have to let it breathe. And in doing so, in opening, in actually shining, that's what's going to fuel it within you, and it'll start growing again. And being generous in what you're offering to the world in an energetic sense of just show up kindly. If you're wanting to kind of grow that healing within you, then go out and express love in the world, whether it's in song, whether it's in painting, whether it's in a service you offer somebody. And know that what you're being generous with there is the true energy of your heart, your true essence. So I invite you this week to turn inwards and ask yourselves, what is my true gift? That thing within me, that bodhisattva energy that I want to share out with the world, that creates healing within me and hopefully ends the suffering of other people. And know that as you're identifying it, you may come up with these things that say, don't share it because, or it's not going to come back. And if you watch your motivations, and if they're in, well, I get something back for it, or I get money, or my time matters more, whatever, watch those. And then notice what that does to the strength of your heart, to the openness of your heart. And watch it as it closes in. And then remind yourself, what I really want here is an opening and an expansion. And if I want to feel this grow in me, that generosity is a big part of that. And that generosity it really just means you're living it. It really just means that you show up for every being offering it. Offering them the love, offering them the compassion, offering them the acceptance. And that is true generosity of the heart. And when you live in that way, you'll notice it starts to fuel and grow within you so that you never feel diminished by what you are offering to the world. If you like these little talks and would like to join us for a group session or individual coaching, please visit us at newleafmindfulness.com. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I hope to see you all very soon.